All right, bet.
All
Last
right,
time I kind of
nice.
just started off by saying that you're gonna be like the UFC champion, just putting tremendous amount of pressure on you. Now let's
Yeah.
actually tell the people who you are. So I mean, we met in like what 2018, I want to say, right?
Yeah, sophomore. No, but not
My
sophomore.
sophomore
June.
year,
Yeah, I was a
or
junior.
senior year. No,
Yeah. Wait,
senior. I was a sophomore.
you were a, wait, what? Really?
Yeah. I remember. I was in 10th grade. You weren't,
Damn.
because the next year I remember you weren't there anymore.
Oh shit. You're right. Damn, bro. That's a long time. That's a
Yeah.
long ways away, G. Yeah,
So
you're right.
what was it? What was the first thing we even did? We went to that little boxing thing, right, with the school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and you know, I'll take a little bit of credit for saying I kind of introduced this guy
Yeah, you did.
to the world of MMA.
Hell yeah, you did. You did. I'll give you credit right there.
But yeah, I mean, Miles was just a dude who was walking around the hallways, always looking angry. I mean, he threw some nice fits on every now and then. So, this guy looks kind of cool. And then, like, he posted this picture with this other dude that I know, and I was like, oh shit, I'll just follow him. And then I don't know, I think I slid up on one of your songs.
Yeah, you messaged me about the music.
Yeah.
I forgot what you told me about it, but you're like, yeah, this
I think I
actually
told you
is
like I
decent.
liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
then the first thing we started talking about was like fucking what was it? Like Satanism.
wait,
That's the
oh
first thing. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the first thing.
it is
The
true.
first topic we jumped into is Satanism. Like, what the fuck? But nah, that was a good ass talk. We chopped it up and it was a in-depth conversation and
Right off.
I was blown when I found out what grade you were in, but it definitely, I noticed talking to you and talking to other people, talking to you reminded me more of the two friends I had. That I was, like the only two friends I have, Evie and Emmanuel.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this dude actually has things to say.
Mhm.
And he's not just responding, like he's coming to the table, bringing his own ideas because he has clearly sat and thought about this topic on his own. And
Right.
most people, they don't actually think about anything themselves. Like if they're in the car driving or whatever, they don't just sit and think. They have music playing or they're doing some stupid shit on TikTok or whatever. But they don't think about shit. I was like, oh, this dude's a thinker. Like he thinks about shit, and then when he actually speaks about it, he has an idea of what to say, and I liked that. I was like, yo, this dude,
So
it's cool to talk
yeah,
to.
I've always been like a person like of principle. Like I really like
Yeah,
following print. I really like following principle, and I think that being a man of principle is just like I feel like it's everything. I don't know. And then when I looked at the things of Satanism, like their rules or whatever, I was like, yo, like I kind of agree with this. So I mean,
yeah.
you like I don't know, you presented yourself in like I don't mean to sound corny, but like an edgy way. So I brought it up to you, see what you think about it. I don't know. Thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like I knew more about it back then than I do now because I would research shit like that all the time, just random things, just to try to, boost my knowledge on random shit a
Right.
little bit. But yeah, I feel all sorts of um ideas that people have come up with. Some are a little more established than others, and some have actually solid principles. And I feel that instead of fully subscribing just to one thing, you can take the pieces that you do like out of it and adopt them for yourself. I feel like why subscribe to an entire religion when you don't fully agree with it, and it's okay to say, okay, I like this part and this part, I'm going to take this for myself and apply this to my own life
Uh-huh.
instead of subscribing to something as a whole where there's a whole section that you just don't fuck with. And I don't understand that. Like if you don't fuck with it, you don't have to
I
fully be
think
a part
people
of it.
just think it's really inconvenient to like quickly label themselves. Cause like you might like some philosophies from Buddhism and then
Mhm.
some philosophies from Christianity, but like I feel like other people just want to go, oh no, I'm Christian, instead of just going, I'm fucking a part of my religion. So I don't know.
Yeah,
But
omnistic, like just believing everything, or just saying fuck it, I don't know what's out there. I'm just me, and I believe this part of this religion, this part of this religion, and then that's just life. Fuck it, just respect the universe as a whole. Like fuck it, I don't know what's out there, bro. Like people, I don't like the big part of religions that I don't really like is they feel that they know.
yeah, and that,
Really,
well,
nobody
for the most
knows.
part, because there are some religions that are just like, yo, I know this is like my belief, and like, other people might not agree, but this is me. But unlike
Yeah.
Christianity, they're like, yo, I'm right, every other religion's wrong, and like you need to freaking go by God and everything. And
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like. Like they're always saying like respect our religious, like don't speak God's name in vain, but it's like you're not respecting other people's like not
it's like,
only
yo, they're
privacy.
not even respecting other people,
Yeah,
period.
exactly. Yeah,
Like,
they're just
the
pushing that
fuck?
shit on. Yeah, I mean, hold on. We talked about that last time a bit, so I feel like we should
Yeah.
kind of bring something else up. But something else that I wanted to bring up was what do you think of fuck, what is it called?
Stoicism.
Stoicism, yeah.
I think it's very beneficial to be stoic, but most people these days are pretty emotional. So when you are stoic, they feel like you're being rude or you just don't
Yeah,
care and shit like
exactly.
that. So
Yeah.
that mindset is good for productivity. Um, it's not good for relationships and shit like that because they will start to feel like you're not fully emotionally invested or even intact fully,
Uh-huh.
and you start to kind of come off as a robot type shit. But hey, if you got shit to get done and you have a lot of problems on the table, I would say that is a good mindset to adopt. But not everyone can really handle shit like that. Like so many people out here swear up and down they're stoic,
Yeah.
but they're not. They're really not. Most people, I don't know. They think they are things, but they're not.
Why do you think that now everybody and everything just revolves around being politically correct?
I
Like this,
don't fucking
this has to be
know.
something we talk about every single day.
Yeah,
And I
facts.
feel like you're probably one of the only people, if not the only person that I know that just does not get offended about shit.
It's because a lot of people are in the midst of one grand identity crisis and they don't really know who they are. So, in order to have reassurance on who they think they are, they need to make everybody address them as what they feel they are. You know what I mean? I am Miles.
Mhm.
I know I am Miles. I don't need anyone else to make me, you know, to reinforce that for me. I know who I am. I know what I am. I am comfortable in my own skin. I have my own character, and these things are solidified in my own being, right?
Right.
There are so many people out here, especially teens, and you see teens are the ones mostly invested in it. They don't really know who they are. They don't really know what they are, but they're gonna make you bend all your shit for them. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm this, so you need to call me this, so I feel like I'm this.
Uh-huh.
They're like, bro, if you know you're that, who the fuck cares, bro? Like, if you know, if deep inside you feel you are a woman, then okay, you don't have to make everyone else address you that way. If you truly feel that way, you shouldn't even need that extra reassurance from everyone and
Right.
force everyone to call you shit and get offended when they don't. Not everyone gives a fuck,
Exactly.
and people need to understand that not everybody cares, but it's a lot of people that grew up pretty privileged. And color is not even a matter here because we see all colors and backgrounds feed into this bullshit. But um, it's usually people that don't understand that life does not need to cater to you, and people really don't care. people don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm speaking to someone and they're going to be so extra about politically correct shit and everything they're saying, da da da, I'm just like, dude, I sorry, I don't give a fuck. I have bigger problems on my plate, bro.
Right.
Like, than what people are calling me. Oh shit, the light turned off. But yeah, than what people are calling me. I don't care what you call me. You call me a bitch, call me a female, call me a Chinese person, bro. I don't care what you think I am, you know what I mean? I know what
Yeah.
I am, bro. Like,
I think it's so weird that, like, let's just use retarded for like, just as an example. I think it's so weird that people will try to get the 10 million other people that say retarded to stop, and the 5,000 people that actually give a fuck about the word retarded just don't, within themselves, to say to themselves that these 10 million people are not going to fucking stop. That, like, they really just need to stop giving a shit, and they think that, like, back to what you were saying, that everybody's just going to cater to them. Like, that's so
yeah.
fucking weird to me that it doesn't even make sense that they would try to get, like, an entire fucking population to stop saying one word instead of them just stop caring. Like, it's so bizarre to me. It really is.
Well, the root of it all is they do not and have not had much problems in life.
Mhm.
So something as minuscule and irrelevant to their quality of life like that, like hearing words people say and not liking them, is so big in their little world. They just can't live to
Yeah.
hear those words. They need to change everybody's minds.
Mhm.
When in my world, if I hear somebody say something I don't like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care enough to try to change their mind. I just don't care. It doesn't affect me. If I
Right.
hear someone saying the N word with a hard R or retarded or whatever, bro, okay, be ignorant. I don't give a fuck. Like, what does that? It's not taking money out of my pockets. It's not putting money in my pocket. So I don't give a shit. Do you, and I'm gonna do me, and it's irrelevant. There's a wall here, and what everyone else is doing is completely irrelevant to me because I'm doing my own shit, and I have other problems I need to worry about than what other people are saying or the way they're viewing shit. They have their own point of view, and I have mine. I let them do their shit. I don't care enough to try to change people's minds. It's just I don't care.
People just want to get involved in everything.
Yeah, people want to like just like, bro, mind your fucking
Yeah,
business.
right.
This how I know they grew up in nice little areas and shit. Because if they were out in the streets in some places, you and say, hey, don't say that. It's like, okay, or what? Like, is something gonna be done about this? Oh no, okay, then shut the fuck up and leave me
Yeah, for
alone,
real.
weirdo. Like, fuck, bro, people are weird.
So I personally, I don't really know what it's like to live in, like, a completely different area, because I know, like, you lived a pretty decent amount of your life in Fredericksburg, right?
Yeah, I moved
Or,
to
like, down in Virginia.
Fredericksburg. Yeah, Virginia, then Northern Virginia, then Maryland, and DC. I've lived like all around the
Yeah.
DMV.
So, like, what part would you say is the most different from Montgomery County?
Hmm.
And then and then contrast the two.
Okay. So southernish Virginia.
Uh-huh.
People have actual problems and shit, and people are more tied down to earth and grounded with reality.
Right.
And not everyone will just go spending money on fun. They have to create fun out of thin fucking air. And you've hung with me, I'm not
Right,
for
right.
spending money for my fun. I like to create fun,
Uh-huh.
like this right here, this invisible, yeah, I can make this shit fun, bro.
Right.
Like I can make nothing into fun. And that's what we grew up doing. We just explored shit and made the most out of the least, you know? And then and people are just more real though, like not all that weird gossip and shit. They just tell you straight up, and it's not all these weird cliques and politics and shit. Like people just straight up with you and real. And there's way less people. The high school had 800 kids.
Oh, yeah.
um
Catersburg had, like,
yeah, like
2,500 something.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just giant. So yeah, and there was probably less diversity. It's mostly black and white. You don't really see a lot of Hispanics. You do see Hispanics, but not as much. as, let's say, Montgomery County, and you especially don't see Asians and shit, for example. So when I moved there, so to compare and contrast that to Montgomery County, everyone's soft as shit and they think they're hard. They live in a bubble and don't understand what the real world
You're saying
truly
this
is.
about Montgomery County? Or,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. People are fucking weird. They're stuck up. They're bougie. They are just weird, bro. They're just so strange to me. They're so privileged and they don't even know it. I remember I'm not gonna say any names, but I was telling her, from Gaithersburg, I was telling her, Gaithersburg is not a bad place. There is no hood in Gaithersburg. There's nowhere dangerous. There's nowhere where I would not like to go and feel completely comfortable. And she was saying, there's hoods here. Like, where? Like, the average income here is, I don't know how fucking much. Like, everyone has money here, bro. Even the broke people there got bread. You know, it's not, Gaithersburg is a very nice area. You know how expensive some of those areas are, bro? They don't even understand. Montgomery County is rich as shit. It's one of the most wealthy counties in America.
Country,
but the people there swear they're struggling. It's the weirdest shit. They don't, because they have no concept of what struggle actually is. They don't know what it's like to make $20 stretch as long as they can make it. They don't know what it's like to not be able to afford gas and drive off fumes as long as you fucking can. They don't know what it's like to be in a position where they don't know when their next meal is going to be. They don't have any concept of that shit. I met very few people that have moved from other places to Montgomery County that do understand those concepts, but not many people did. And they are so infatuated with struggle and with hardship that they fantasize and romanticize that shit, but they don't truly know what it is. And then it's just boom, identity crises up the fucking wazoo over there. And that's probably why that place is more politically correct about everything than where I came from Virginia, because they have less real problems. So they're focused on irrelevant, tiny little problems that they blow up in scale and let dominate their life. That's how I see it.
That goes back to what you were saying from like the complete beginning. Well, what would you say outside of like, you know, all the nice stuff? Let's say the people. What would you say the pros are of Montgomery County?
The people are more attractive. like they're definitely, they look better because it's a nicer area. You know, like the quality of people in terms of appearance is better. Pros, bro, that's tough because you saw me in school. I didn't like anybody, you know, like damn, bro. Pros. I don't know. I genuinely did not take to much people over there. I thought they all operated very foreign to me in a very negative way.
So they were just more attractive.
Yeah, I guess.
That's hilarious. There was you remember the screenshot I sent you? And I was like, I kind of want to touch on these topics in the second episode. You were like, all right, cool. They seem interesting, but I can't find.
I have it.
So I think we already touched on why we don't get offended easily.
Yeah.
And the one after that is too much money causing too much comfort.
Conor McGregor.
So,
I say Conor McGregor. That's a good example.
So let's just start. I want to ask you, in your ideal like situation in your head, how much would you like to earn in a yearly salary?
I'm not gonna lie, numbers and shit like that, I don't even fucking know. Like, I don't know what's average, what's below average, and what's really good. I have no clue.
Then how?
Let's talk about, well, I have a good one. Let's talk about wealth and what different wealth is. All right, it's like this, bro. I was talking about this with Rosie the other day. Okay, look. So wealth, right? Mm-hmm. There's different types of wealth. You can be wealthy in time. You can be wealthy in ability. You can be wealthy in money. There's all sorts of wealth, right? There's a lot of people, guys, young guys, whatever, they drive these really nice cars. They're rentals. They're paying, I don't know how much a fucking month to have this car. Then they drive this fancy ass car to a beat down, busted ass, small ass apartment. You know, that's not true wealth. That's not real wealth. It's just the appearance of wealth. Actually, they're digging a hole for themselves. Then you have people who are wealthy in money. They have crazy bank accounts, but no time to actually do anything. So are they really wealthy? They're working a miserable job that they do not like. They never have time to do anything with their money, but they have millions in the bank account. Is that wealth? Like you have all this money, but you can't really do shit. You're not even happy.
Yeah.
You know? And then you have people who are wealthy in time. They can do whatever the fuck they want, but they don't have the money for it. But I'm sure they are much happier working a job they enjoy with way more time to do more with the money. The little money they do get, they can do more with it. And it's less stress, You know what I mean? People want these, they work college for all these crazy jobs to get paid all this money. And it's like, do you think you're just going to be taking trips around the world year round? It's not reality, bro. You know, it's a lot deeper than that. You're gonna have to take time off. I mean, usually when you have a high paying job, you have more responsibility and you're a little more crucial to the operation taking place at your workplace, right? So you can't just be dipping off, going to Cancun in the Caribbean and shit whenever the fuck you feel like it. They need you there, bro. You can't just do that. So like, yeah, okay, buy a Lambo, nice. You're gonna drive it to the same building and back every day, and then have what, two days on the weekend to drive it to a club or some shit. And most people working high paying jobs and shit are not going to clubs on the weekend. You know what I mean? It's just you don't really see that too often. So maybe I'm wrong. I'm not in clubs, so I don't fucking know. But I think it's a little out of character for that. But you see what I mean? There's different types of wealth. So money being the ultimate goal in life to earn. I mean, there's so many ways of getting it. And I feel like it's that balance of, okay, you make enough to do things you like, maybe not things you love, but things you like, and you can do it more often. And you also have the free time and leniency in life to kind of just live the way you wish to, but not maybe your ideal way. I mean, you're not gonna be driving a fucking BMW around, or maybe save money and you can, you know, but it's cool. I mean, you have a nice car, but bro, my Kia gets me from A to B, bro. Why do I need a BMW that I'm paying I don't know how much, or save for how long to get? I don't get the materialistic shit, man. I just don't understand it.
Those people I don't know, who always say like, "Oh, I want to get rich. I want to be rich," like this and that. They don't realize how quickly that stuff gets old. And when they're dead laying and they can't sleep and they're just reflecting on their entire life, and they think, "Oh, I have this crazy BMW. I have this crazy mansion," and they're still miserable. It's gonna suck even more because they're like, I have all of this. Why am I not happy? I feel like people just think, oh, once I have this BMW, I'll be fine. It's like, no.
Yeah, they be tossing and turning in their damn ostrich feather blanket in their fucking $5 million mansion, miserable with life, bro. I mean, novelty wears off, and sometimes life is about the chase and not about the catch. I have that old ass fucking tweet shit from like 2017 where I said that like the chase is more thrilling than the catch.
And it is.
That was like, I just quoted myself. That was so pretentious. But like I feel so when I realized this, I don't know what grade I was in, probably like a sophomore, when I got a pair of Raf Simons now, or a freshman. I was either a freshman in high school, so I'm 20. So I don't know how long ago that was, but yeah, I wanted a pair of Raf Simons so bad. And bro, I mean, I made Raf Simons my wallpaper. I was on Tumblr looking at pictures of Raf Simons, bro. I wanted a pair so bad. It was keeping me up at night. I was like, yo, I want Raf Simons. My life will change if I get these shoes. Nothing will be the same ever. The sun will be a little brighter. Food will taste a little better. I'll smell things better. Just life would completely transform if I get a pair of Rafs, bro. I need them right?
Uh-huh.
And this is before they got all like, crazy and shit, but yeah, I wanted them so bad. And then I got them
Mm-hmm.
and nothing changed. And I was like clicking my heels together and shit. Like, yo, when the fuck am I gonna start flying? Like,
Yeah,
when does the sun get brighter? When do all the bitches come flocking to my door? Like banging on the door. You have the rafts? You're the guy with the rafts? Like, yo, I was waiting for this shit to like tap in, and it never did. And I realized I had much more fun wishing I had these shoes than actually owning these shoes. And this same principle I have just applied to everything else. Like, I think I want this thing, but when I get this thing, I'm going to still be as blown in life as I was before I had it. So I might as well save my money for something else,
right.
maybe a trip or something, because a trip somewhere has never disappointed me. An object has. When I get it and I feel it, I'm touching it, I own it, and I'm just
Yeah,
like, okay, throw it on the bed. Like, okay, I
yeah,
own it now. Cool. But an experience that seasons you as a person.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't take that's a memory that you can hold forever. You'll remember that shit when you're an old fucking man. You're not gonna have these pair of wraps when you're old, bro. And you'll look dumb in them and when you're 80.
Yeah,
But that
exactly.
memory,
Yeah.
yeah, that memory that you went to fucking Alaska and hunted wild elk and shit, you'll remember that for all the time. You'll remember that forever. It's an
Exactly.
experience. And I feel like experiences outweigh things. You know what I mean? You don't need all that fancy, crazy, dumb shit that really is just to impress everyone else. Just enjoy your life and get the most out of this world.
Because with materialistic things, I mean, there's only so much to it, Like
Thanks,
I have the
bro.
latest iPhone, right? Like I look at it and
Lucky.
I'm just like, okay, this is it. like
Yeah.
like it won't help you develop you like as a person. It won't make you any just satisfied.
Your character is still gonna be as fucking shitty as it was before when you get it.
Wait, you said what?
Like your character is gonna be as shitty as before you had it than when you get it. Like, bro, look at all these
Or maybe even
influencers.
shittier.
You see all these YouTubers, yeah, facts. You see all these YouTubers fucking Rice Gum and FaZe. I
Yeah.
mean, like these guys are nerds, just complete lames with zero personality. And now that they have money, they compensate for their lack of personality and character with all these things. I just saw a house tour for FaZe Rug. This dude had a giant mural of Drake in his crib and a Gucci logo painting on his wall. What? Like you're just lame, bro. What the that's like a 12-year-old GTA created apartment, bro.
Yeah.
It's just whack. It's like you gave a I don't know, a toddler Sims and said like ball out. And he just like put a bunch of random dumb shit he sees on social media all through his house. It's just stupid. They just want it because they think you want it. That's what most people do. They get shit because they think you want it and they want you to wish that you were them. But in
Yeah.
reality, if you're comfortable in life and you are completely fine with the way you're living, fuck it. Who cares? Like, I don't want to be you, bitch. Like, fuck all that fancy shit you have. I'm happy with what I have.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
At the end of last podcast, do you remember when you were like, I have a controversial topic, but I don't know if you want to like dive into that.
Oh shit. I don't even.
It's fine. I mean, I can just cut this part right out. So
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to think. If I come up with it during like later on, I'll bring it up. But I actually have no clue what the fuck I was talking about. But I did remember at the time. I don't know. I'll have to think. But I'll get back to you on that.
but I'm definitely about to cut this part out because fucking my hair is blowing me. I'm about to right now.
Bro, I think you have enough storage on your computer to save it?
I should. I think I deleted the other one.
Oh, okay. Yo,
So
this
I
one's
already have it on
turning
my
out very
phone.
well.
You said what?
I said this one's turning out very well right now.
You think so?
Hell yeah. We are jumping topics, bro. We're like really saying shit. I like you asking some good questions on this one.
That. Hold on. Let me pull up the next what do you want the next topic to be?
How about this? Do you think being full of yourself is good or bad? Like being just, like, yeah, I'm the shit. I'm this. Like, what's your stance on that?
To what extent though? Like, are we talking severe narcissism, or are we thinking like I think I look really
Casual
good?
narcissism. Like
Like I think my
everyone's
personality is great. I think I look great. Like everything, just to the highest extent.
not, but to an extent. You know what I mean? I mean, you being confident, being a little cocky, being a little like, yeah, I'm the shit. Your chest is
Uh-huh.
poked out a little bit. Because everyone these days is a narcissist. I mean, people post pictures and things. I mean, everyone posts everything these days. So no one can say they're not narcissists. They are constantly putting on display what they do all the time and what they get.
Yeah.
For everyone to see. That's as narcissistic as it fucking gets. So no one can say they're not a narcissist, but it's that cocky, I guess. Because we've all been called cocky or like, hey, you think you're the shit.
I think
Because people are gonna call you that
because
knowing you do bodybuilding. Like knowing you do bodybuilding, people are gonna be like, oh, he's full of himself, da da da. So you're in like that line of field where people are gonna think that is you so much. You know what I mean? So I was curious what your stance was.
I think it can be beneficial because I feel like if you do think you're the shit, in a lot of situations you probably won't crumble. If you genuinely think that you are the shit and that like you're this god divine being, then yeah, I mean, I feel like you can probably get a few things done better than somebody who just has a normal like sense of self. But I do think what makes it probably not as beneficial would be that you're probably too comfortable. And if you think that you're the shit and that you think your body's perfect and you think that the way you fight is amazing, then you won't really be driven. It's if you think you're good, you won't feel the need to like
It'll drive you to be content, and you
exactly.
already think that
So
no one can surpass
like
you.
imagine Miles if before I started this my weight training like obsession, I was happy with my body. Do you think I would be forcing meals down my throat? Do you think I would be in the gym at 2 a.m. because I was so busy throughout the day, but I was like, I need to get this workout in. So I don't know. It definitely does have its pros,
Yes.
but I think
Socially, it probably has its cons because most people don't want to hear people like boast about themselves and like blow smoke up their own ass and shit.
yeah. What about you? What do you think of this?
I think, look, I see it as this. Do you think you are the shit or are you this shit? You
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? If you are this shit, then nice. Be confident. You have every right to be. You earned it. You know what I mean? Poke your chest out, flare your fucking feathers and shit. You earned it.
Right,
But
right.
if you only think you are the shit, uh,
But
no, you're sipping your own Kool-Aid and you just like really fool yourself.
how do you differentiate the two
Okay.
though? In my
For me,
eyes, Conor McGregor could be like amazing, right?
I,
But in your eyes, you might think Conor McGregor's a loser.
I
So
have two things for him right now. Connor in his prime, he was the shit and acted like he was the shit.
uh-huh.
Connor now acts like he's the shit, not really the shit.
Right.
To complete, you know what I mean? Same dude, two things. But the thing is, right? I feel even when you're at your peak and you're confident, da da da, people do like to see that, and some people hate to see it. But always lend a hand and ground yourself. Look, I'm narcissistic as shit. I'm
Uh-huh.
not. I'm a self-aware person. I'm not afraid to admit that. I try to hold it back to not put people off in conversations and shit. But I do realize I have a very grandiose sense of self. I think I'm the fucking main character and shit. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: is I do try to ground myself, and there always is doubt, and there's always I'm very self-conscious and shit. You know what I mean? I'm very I don't know, all these things, anxious, self-conscious, all this shit. But here's the thing is, instead of sulking and blaming everyone else, I'm constantly working to better myself and for that reassurance. Because here's the thing is if I was already so full of myself like everyone will claim I am, why yeah, just like you said, why am I grinding so hard, always doubting, always because you're not working hard because you feel like you're the shit. You're working hard to become something better. You always, every time I look in the mirror, all I see is what is wrong and everything I want to fix. And then I go out and I fucking fix it, bro. That's what that is. It's not I'm looking in the mirror, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, and even people with these amazing bodies and bodybuilding and shit, most of them don't look in the mirror and they're like, oh, look at these abs, look at these quads, look at these
Yeah.
biceps. They're oh, I need to work on my back. I
Yeah.
need to do this. And they're not even paying attention to what is perfect. They're
Right.
only seeing what they want to get better.
Hmm.
Is that a perfected sense of self to somebody? Do they think they're perfect? No, I don't think I'm perfect. That's why I am constantly trying to perfect myself. That's
Right.
where it comes from. So if anything, all these people, the people that would claim that you're a cocky narcissist, overconfident, da da da, they are usually that because they're usually not even working as hard as you are to improve themselves because they don't feel like they need much improving and they don't can't really understand someone that does. And usually it comes from they're just threatened. Like they know what you are capable of and how hard you are willing to work, and they feel they don't see that within themselves. So now they want to throw some shots at you and try to tear you down. But if you are, like I said, if you know you, know nothing what anybody else says will matter to you. If you know who you are, you know what I mean?
It's crazy to me because you said the thing about the bodybuilder that like even if he has everything perfect, he will always think about the one thing that he is just lacking.
Yes,
I feel like
exactly.
that's such a big misconception with people who take their like let's just say our like weightlifting.
Mhm.
Like for me personally, when I'm in the gym and if I were to look at myself working out, I would think I am a narcissistic piece of shit. Like, I would think, oh, that dude is self-centered as fuck. But I don't know. It's so weird because in the gym, I'm sure you felt it too. Like, let's say you're hitting arms and your arms just feel like ridiculously pumped up, right? And you're looking in the mirror and you're like, damn, this looks kind of good. But it's kind of like an illusion. Like, it's not really how you look on a day to day.
Yeah,
So,
and you want to get to
yeah.
that point where this is how you look
So,
on a day to day.
bodybuilders just show like them in the gym, and them in the gym is not how they are the rest
Mhm.
of the 22 hours of the day. So I feel like that's why it's such a big misconception because I can't even like I like this is just me, but I can't even wear tank tops if I'm not in the gym working out. Like you'll never see me wear a tank top out in public because I'll be looking at my arms. I'll be like, damn, these look really sorry. Like I feel fucking embarrassed. I'll be looking at my shoulders. I'll be like, why do they look so low?
You
Like,
see, but that's the thing is that's not, you know what I mean? People have the opposite view of people like that. They only see the work and shit and what they put out to the world. That they don't see that, a lot of people are. I mean, that's insecurity. It's insecurity. That is what it is. But it doesn't make you weak. I mean, I'm insecure as hell about a lot of things, but it doesn't mean I'm weak. I work harder than these people. I am harder than these people. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's just it's that constant thing just constantly poking at you like you need to improve this, you need to do this, you need to do that, and it never leaves. And a part of it is you're competitive as hell with yourself.
exactly.
You know that your potential is better, or is great. You have a lot of potential and you have this idea of this thing you want to become, but the road to becoming it is endless because you can't please that thing. You know what I mean? It's never, you know what I mean? I'll never, no matter how good I look in the mirror and find nothing wrong or nothing I want to improve. I'll never look at fight tape of me and think, I can't better that. I can't make that better. That head kick can turn over a little better. It can be quicker. It can be this, that, and the third. I will constantly want to improve. But being perfect is just not achievable. I personally don't think it is. I don't think
No,
any
I agree
any
100%.
part of a person or anything about a person can be perfect. I just don't think it can be done.
I was gonna hold on. I like the thought. Okay. So I was listening to a podcast, and this bodybuilder was explaining how he took second place, and in like the fucking highest, the Mr. Olympia, the highest, most prestigious level that you can reach. And he took second place, and he turned his back to the crowd, and people were like, what the fuck? Like, that's so disrespectful. But it was because to him, he wasn't second place. Like, he had genuinely felt that he was the best in the world. And he thought to himself, this medal does not tell me that I am the second best in the world. This medal tells me that, like, that's just what they thought. So do you think, what do you value more? Do you value the actual tangibles? Do you value the first place medal, or do you value your own validation?
Here's the thing: is that was cool, but I feel what he did was a bit stupid
Mhm.
because if he felt like he was the best and didn't care what other people think, well, why did you join a competition? You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Why did you just literally sign up to be validated?
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure if he got first place thing, then what other people thought would matter to him because he's first. If he already felt like he was the best, he would feel no need to even compete. He would just say, "No, I know I'm the best."
Mm-hmm.
Simple. But he signed up for the validation. It seems like that was just a salty move because he was second, and he tried to like cover it up with like deeper shit when really he was blown. And hey, you can get second and think you're the best, but what you think doesn't matter when the whole event is based around what other people think. You feel me? If what you think only matters to you, well, why don't you go throw your own fucking event and be the only one that competes in it and the only one that's judging it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Since
yeah.
your opinion is all the be all. But what was the question?
Okay. I was asking, like, do you value the first place trophy more than your own validation? But I kind of wanted to put this in like a metaphor. Would you rather win an MMA fight knowing your performance was horrible, like terrible, you'd never looked that bad, but somehow you won because you fucking fought
The
CM?
other one, already the other one.
Yeah. Or throw on the best performance of your life, fight of the year, fight of the decade, but you lost.
Oh yeah, self gratification all the way. I'd rather lose, but no, I did really well because at the end, you know, I don't know. It just gives me better self fulfillment. I will sleep that night not being damn I lost, but damn I looked good out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of damn I look like shit. I mean, like bro, fuck the win. It don't matter. Like
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Like bro, you look like trash. Like that's gonna be what's in my head now because say you put on a perfect performance, just beautiful, not perfect, but amazing. You're gonna go to the gym and be like, okay, but we're just back at work. We're chilling and I'm just doing my thing, right? Chilling, just moving forward. But if you put on a bad performance, then it's in the gym and now you're backtracking. Okay, I have to fix this, I have to fix that, da da da. I'd rather move forward than backtrack and try to fix the holes that I clearly had on display that night.
Uh-huh.
Then because I want to improve and constantly be moving forward and evolving rather than going back and re-evolving. You know what I mean? Like fuck that shit, bro. So yeah, I'd rather put on a
That's
good
definitely a
performance.
really good point. I feel like somebody like John Jones disagree completely though.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
you think?
he just tunnel visions the win, bro. Like, yeah, and then gets full of himself because okay, well I won. Like, okay, well you looked like shit, so
Yeah.
have fun.
I don't know. I'm in a weird place about John Jones right now. I think he's cool. Obviously he's an amazing fighter, but he's just weird to me. Like I don't understand him.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. What do you think of him?
bro, he's ultimate narcissist. That's all it is. Like he is just complete narcissist all the way. That is a true narcissist. Like he's just so full of himself, and he kind of has every right to be. But it's like the Kanye thing. Like, yes, Kanye, you are a genius. but we don't want to hear you say you're a genius
Uh-huh.
because it doesn't sound good. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But you are, and we know you are. But
Yeah.
maybe let us say you're a genius, and you just let us say you're a genius rather than you hearing us say you're a genius and being like, damn right, I'm a genius. Like that kind of is off-putting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Do you think
he's just a
that whole
narcissist.
Kanye thing like roots from a bit of insecurity?
What,
It
him?
it has to, because when you have all those credentials and you're secure with yourself, I feel like you don't need to tell people that you're great, that you're a genius.
Oh yeah, it's the same
I
thing we
find it
have. He's
so
he's
odd that
self-competitive and he
yeah,
he has doubt and insecurity. That's all it is. I mean, but it's just the thing is people always try to see people as a one layer. When he's a person with layers, and people more different people have different layers, right? But he is somebody with a lot of layers, and he can come off one way and feel another way, then one day feel another way and come off another way. It's just how he's set up, and some people are just set up that way. He can say I'm the shit and feel like shit. Sometimes he can feel like the shit and say I'm not shit. You know what I mean? It's just constant. There's a constant change going on in his head, just like like that's kind of how I am. I mean, I sometimes it's just so flip floppity, and I don't know. And when it finally aligns, which it rarely ever does, it's nice, but it's so short lived.
yep. Damn. I feel like we just I like my brain just completely zoned out, just interpret like understanding all these things, and I'm just like, whoa, I don't really say anymore. I kind of want to bring up this. I, what do you think? What's your viewpoint on steroids in MMA?
Steroids in MMA. I think
Yeah,
steroids
specifically in
are.
MMA.
Oh, nah, you're wild. Like you can literally kill somebody. Like, you
But
know what I
like,
mean?
but don't you think that if it was like allowed, that it would like going back to the Pride days? Don't you think that the fights would be so much more?
Okay.
And
Yeah,
don't
I
you think
mean,
like their fighters, like their life revolves around fighting? So it's like, don't you think they also want to take their bodies to like the absolute limit possible?
sure. My stance on that is okay. Steroids in MMA, if it is not allowed, then you're a scumbag if you do it
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
you have just a completely unfair advantage. But if it is allowed, I still kind of don't like it because yes, I mean everyone's gonna be superhuman shit, but not only will we probably see some skill go down, just like in the Pride days and shit. I mean, and MMA was less evolved back then, but people are going to be so capable and so athletically just through the fucking roof that they don't really need to learn certain things. They can muscle out of so much shit, and it's just gonna be different. Some people are gonna their bodies will just handle it way better, and they're just going to be specimens, and it will not be a fair playing field. We'll see people who are just completely on a different level of strength and athletic, it's just everything than some people. And then I feel some people will not, like, it's kind of forcing people that don't want to put that stuff in their body to do it, because if they don't do it, it's just there's going to be no chance in hell. So maybe if there was a promotion where it is allowed and everyone that wants doesn't care about doing it can do it, and if there was one like UFC already
Yeah.
that they don't give a shit, that'd be cool. Like just to see the difference between the two. But I don't know. I feel like if it was all under one promotion and like, hey, don't take it if you want to, but if you do want to, go
Yeah.
take it.
Okay.
I feel like it's forcing, people that don't want to necessarily take it to have to take it to compete, to be able to.
So if you had your own organization, would you have it just not allowed?
I'd have it not allowed because I want to see what these niggas can do with what they were born with. Like just straight off default. Like, yo, you get in that gym and you work twice as hard and do all that shit. I want to see what you're made of for real. You know what I mean? So
That's,
yeah.
that's so funny to me because
But it would be interesting to see.
MMA and bodybuilding are like my two like there's two sports that I know most of.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding is like the complete opposite. They're like, no, take steroids because everybody at the high level on steroids.
Yeah. I mean, if that is your life
Uh-huh.
and you are competing in a like sanctioned joint that they allow it and stuff, then go ahead. I mean, if it's your life, then I see no wrong, but here's the thing: is own it. I
Yeah.
don't like people when they take it and now they have 100 natty or not videos
Yeah.
and they're hiding the fact. Like, bro, if you took it, it's just insecurity, not being comfortable with yourself, bro. Just say like, yeah, I took, yeah, I did steroids. Okay, whatever. Just
Yeah.
say it, bro. Who cares? Like, what? You still look good. Like, who cares what
Yeah.
other people? They care what other people think so much. They want this status, bro. I don't like faking hard work. Either you worked as hard, you worked hard to get that shit, or you did not.
No.
But don't fake it. I don't like that. So um I don't know, like I feel the stigma around that stuff is not as bad as it was back in the day. It's not really the end of the world if you took, if you're on gear. It's
Yeah.
just it's
Yeah.
just not it's not the same. I mean, dude, just do you, be you, and become your best self by
Exactly.
any means. Screw it.
Would you ever?
If I was a bodybuilder, probably yeah. If
Or
I was a bodybuilder, yeah, probably. But then again, I don't like the like some of the effects it has and stuff. Like I actually know, I take that back. I probably wouldn't, but I would hard consider it because you know me. I don't smoke. I've never even been high. Never smoked weed. I don't get drunk. I don't eat no edibles or nothing. I don't do any of that.
yeah.
So imagine me taking steroids. Like that's a big leap. If I
Yeah.
won't
Yeah.
even smoke weed, then I don't think I would be taking, you know what I mean? But I would consider it, but I probably wouldn't because I don't even take like medicines and stuff. Like I'm very uncomfortable even taking medicines. I'd rather just be sick and have to fight through it because something about putting things like lab made shit or just like altered things um to that extent in my body, they can have effects later on in life, makes me uncomfortable, and I just don't really like it. Personal, but I don't. If other people are into it, I don't have like, do you? I don't care. Like, I
So
respect it.
what's the other side of the coin that would make you go, I kind of do want to take them? Because you did say you would consider it like
I
strongly.
would say if now this is all in the case as if I were a bodybuilder,
Uh-huh.
I would be curious how I would look,
Uh-huh.
and I would also um it's my life,
Mhm.
so
So
go all out.
only if you were a bodybuilder. That would be like the only.
Yeah, if bodybuilding was with the way I was living,
Uh-huh.
making a full income, yes, then yeah, I
I
would
mean, yeah,
definitely
it
consider
makes
it. Yeah.
perfect sense. I find it so funny that like your normal gym bros, like
Mhm.
the local dude that you see at the gym every day benching, take steroids. It's like you're really putting your body in that much harm, and
Yeah, like dude, you're not even like
it's
this.
so
Your
weird.
life isn't even
Yeah.
revolving around this shit fully, bro, and you're just doing that. It's wild.
No, yeah, I agree 100%. If I didn't have any aspirations to compete in some sort of bodybuilding, no, I wouldn't take any. But since I do, then it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, I probably will, and I won't ever lie about it. So to everyone
Yeah,
listening, you will know if I'm taking steroids.
yeah. Educate people, like let
Yeah,
them know,
that-
and just own it, bro. It's only bad if you are very visibly insecure about it. But
mhm,
if you own it, then no one cares. They're like, okay, well, you look good, so
exactly. I
good
feel
for
like
you, man.
so many of these like influencers just paint a false narrative. Like they're not natural, but they're saying they're natural. So they're giving people so much false hope.
I try to tell people that
It's
send
just
me
like,
shit on social media, bro. I'm like, yo, he didn't get that naturally. Like this transformation was not him in the gym, like every day grinding. I mean, yeah, you still have to be in the gym when you're on that shit, but
yeah.
it didn't happen that damn fast, bro. It's just not realistic. People now, you got these new guys getting to the gym who have these completely unreal expectations of what they would look like a year from then.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, dickhead, why are you ruining it? Like, let these, like, you know what I mean? Just educate people, bro. You could be the educator. You don't gotta be like the complete god of everything, bro. Just like share your experience. You know what I mean?
Would you say you have a pretty good like idea of bodybuilding standards? Like when you look at a physique, do you know what to look for in terms of proportions and like symmetry and all that, or like are you still kind of like about it?
Um, Somewhere in between. I mean, I feel a lot of these dudes, like, okay, a lot of people will think a UFC body, just like, wow, jacked. Well, look at his muscles and shit. Like,
Uh-huh.
that's, bro, in the world of bodybuilding, that dude is a shrimp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, yeah. And then within the world of bodybuilding, I can tell when some people, like, I know sometimes when undeveloped or like underdeveloped portion of the body is looking like, when the
Yeah.
legs are just looking weak, but the
Yeah.
back is looking crazy. You know what I mean? And then some muscles that are just popping out on some people and then you got other people who are completely jacked to the gills and they just don't have that muscle sticking out like that.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, and this dude is probably going to win because I don't know, he just has like that thing that no one, like, they don't know how to work it. They don't know how to get it to show. They can't get it to. It's not, they weren't born that way. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel like I have a very general, casual idea, but by no means am I above average or professional at looking for stuff
Right.
like that. I just kind of think I know things that I probably don't really know.
It kind of bothers me when people are just like, I don't know, I just see muscles. And it's like, bro, like I remember
Nah, that's wild.
I brought this up on the other podcast that I was like, dude, like the human body is like, it's beautiful. Like
Mhm.
when you actually notice proportions and symmetry and balance and all this stuff, it's wild. Like I kind of want to share my screen right now to like show you examples, but I don't know how quickly I don't know how that's gonna work. Hold on. Can you see?
Yeah.
You can see my screen?
Yep.
All right, bet. All right, so look, I want to show you because I remember years ago you told me like you wanted to have like an upside down triangle, like sort of
Yeah.
physique, right? So like
Yeah.
you're aware that like that's kind of like bodybuilding.
Hmm?
Are you like aware that like that's kind of like the holy grail bodybuilding?
Yeah. That perfect, like, what, Dorito back?
Well,
The
not even
upside
back,
down
like just
Dorito.
the shoulder to width,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. The whole, like, skinny, like
Yeah,
a skinny
like
waist, like building up into, yeah, yeah.
so like when you look at this is like an extreme example, but I just want people to know like the reason why is it you can see it, right?
Yeah.
The reason
Damn.
why this is so important in bodybuilding because bodybuilding, my friend Alex told me this. He told me bodybuilding is all about looking bigger than you actually are. So the reason why that a small waist is so important in bodybuilding is because it's the centerpiece of your physique, right?
And it makes everything else look like
Exactly. So
like
when
on
it's
some
small,
hourglass shit.
exactly. So when it's small, your lats have more of like a sweep to them. Whereas if
Yeah.
your waist was this wide and your lats are this wide, then
It's
it's
just
like
gonna look blocky. Like it's
exactly. And it goes on to so many other things like small wrists. You see how small his wrists are compared to his forearm and how it creates that sweep right there?
I see. So it's all about the having these thinner parts to make other parts look appear bigger than they are.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because if his wrists were thick, then it's all just
Yeah.
going down.
You
It
wouldn't
don't
be
really,
here.
yeah,
Exactly.
it doesn't stand out as much. You know what I mean?
And it's the same thing with knees too. When you have small knees, the quads create an illusion that they're actually a lot more flaring than someone with bigger knees.
Damn, thank God I have tiny ass little wrists.
Bro, that shit used to
Uh,
blow, man.
kudos,
It actually
man.
used to be like a huge insecurity of mine. This
For real?
tiny, dude. I always say like, what's good for bodybuilding is pretty like shit for everything else. Because small
Yeah.
wrists do not help when you're trying to carry something heavy. That shit.
Yeah, or when someone has a lock on your wrist
Yeah,
and
right.
shit,
Like
it's like, yo.
I was wrestling Dylan, a friend, sort of people that I know who have been wrestling since he was like 5. And like I tried to grab his wrist and it was not like
Yeah, you can't.
I did not have a complete like it was
Yeah.
I needed to use like my entire hand. It was yeah.
Yeah, when
And
people
like
grab my wrist, bro, they could probably wrap their fingers around like a few times over my shit because it's just so small.
and like with MMA, a small waist probably is not helpful.
Yeah, because it's so easy to just
Easily.
whoop. Like,
Exactly.
fuck.
So I mean, I don't know. It's a trade-off because I feel like for bodybuilding, I wouldn't say I'm like a genetic elite. Well, I mean, I've also been doing this for a year, but for bodybuilding, I would say I've gotten pretty lucky just the way I'm built. But for everything else, it's shit. Like it's
Yeah.
bad, bro. It's not useful.
That's how I am with shit. Like, bro, I can't I don't know if I'm athletic or not. I have no clue. Because when it comes to fighting, I'm on some shit. I mean, my reaction time and shit, I mean, it's different.
Think? Why?
But
Yeah, I feel like you're pretty quick with that.
no, I mean reaction time, like I think it's really good.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really, and I've always noticed that. I remember we used to play this thing called gladiator ball in gym back in what elementary school, and no one can touch me with that ball. I mean, I just when it comes to space and understanding speeds of things and when it can touch me and shit like that, I don't know why, but I'm a little above average with that shit. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's because I grew up playing games for fucking ever. So
I mean, it
when it
could
comes
also
to
be genetic too.
yeah too, but with reflexes, my reflexes are good. Um and um but put me on a basketball court and you'll crack up. You feel me? I mean,
Yeah.
like football, okay, cool. I mean, I'm clearly more tapped in athletically now than I was back then, but bro, I used to not be able to catch a ball for my life.
Mhm.
But if you told my little skinny ass to go hit somebody, like just run them over, I could do that shit. But when it comes to catching a ball, like, I didn't want, like, it's just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
weird. I can catch now, so just clear in the air. I can catch a football now, but I used to not be able to do it, and it applies to a lot of sports. I'm very competitive though, but I'm fast, and like these are my main traits are I'm fast, and that speed usually turns into power, and I'm strong. Maybe abnormally strong for my weight range. You know what I mean? Like I do have good strength, but everything else is like, meh.
Because I
Yeah,
remember you saying your biggest downfall was your stamina, right?
yeah. Because I probably have what fast
That's
twitch,
quick muscle fiber.
so that
Yeah.
shit wears me the fuck out. But I have my stamina is definitely way better than it was back then. I mean, my stamina is really, really nice now. I'm shocked,
Like
but
your
I don't
fighting
know.
stamina?
Yeah, I can spar for rounds and hard. Like I can go. It's
Uh-huh.
crazy.
What about when you wrestle though? Because that shit.
That grappling stamina is different because but I like it because it's a whole nother element. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
can be able to run 5 miles and not be able to box 2 rounds. You
yeah,
can be able to box 12 rounds and not be able to wrestle for 30 seconds.
yeah.
It's
They're different.
all different because, yeah, it's different type of stamina. It's using different muscles, different movements, and you need to condition yourself for each and every one because that running stamina will come into play when you have to go long. You can kind of hang in there, and then between rounds when you get that rest, you just come back alive. You get like a fucking second life each
Uh-huh.
round. You know what I mean? And if you weren't doing that running, you would be worn throughout the end of the round. And then when that rest time comes for a minute, you're gonna go into that next round still worn out. You know what I mean? So that's why you should be running and shit. And I don't know, just yeah.
Good point. I kind of want to just bring up this one last topic because I do need to like last time I need to go to the gym and I need to eat. But I wanted to ask you, are you a person that holds grudges?
Hmm. I remember things,
Uh-huh.
but I don't necessarily act all the time.
Yeah.
If I truly dislike somebody, I will more likely just cut them off
Uh-huh.
rather than hold my grudge and strike later.
Yeah.
I don't really care for all the
That
extra
'cause I
shit.
feel like when it comes to holding grudges, that's just more of an internal thing within yourself.
Yeah, but I do remember. Like
Yeah.
I will
100%.
remember every little fucking thing someone is small or big. I just remember shit. But I don't really consider holding a grudge because that's all it is. It's just I remember it. I keep it in mind and I will move accordingly
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it makes me aware, okay, so
I
you
know
move
that's a
like
stressful
this. Yeah,
person.
I know
I
now
feel
know.
this. He did
Yes,
this.
what to tell you, what not to tell you, what opportunities I should give you and shouldn't give you, which what I can trust you with, shit like that. But yeah, I remember. But I talk to so few people that who the fuck am I? I can't even hold a grudge against anyone really. I don't even know I can't hold one if I wanted to.
Now, yeah, I used to hold them like
For real?
crazy. Yeah, like a few years ago, I remember I was just like, bro, I didn't like this person 5 years ago, and I dislike him just as much now. But then
I
after
give
a
people
while,
chances.
yeah, after a while, I just realized like, bro, that
It's
shit
not
is,
worth it.
yeah, extra stress on your shoulders. Like it's,
Facts.
I'm like, why am I even thinking about this person, bro? Like it's, I think it's
Yeah,
I definitely believe the forgive but never forget like
yes.
mentality. I think that's
That's how I am.
yeah.
That is exactly it. Like I will constantly be giving people chances.
Uh-huh.
No, to an extent.
Right.
Okay, if you really violate, then it's fuck you forever. But I'm curious because I know I've grown so much throughout the years, even just recent years. I'm a
Uh-huh.
completely different person. I was fucking
Yeah.
5 months ago, and that dude was completely different than he was a fucking year ago. So I can change, and I know I've changed, and I believe that other people can change, but I don't believe everybody can change. Sometimes people have less layers, like I brought up earlier, and those layers do not change. And that is them, and they do not know how to snap out of it because it is now the foundation of their entire character.
Mhm.
And they are not them without that shitty trait. It is just a part of the building blocks that create that person. So not everyone can change. And when I usually spot that shit, I'm like, okay, you're just a prick. So fuck off. Like I don't even want anything to do with you. You're just shitty. But I sometimes I'll see potential in people, and I'm like, I know you're better than this. I know you're capable of more
Yeah.
than this. So I will tap in here and there to see if you have fixed the things that I know you can fix if you when you finally get to that point in your life. And not everyone's there. So I think time usually fixes shit like that. Growing up and
Mhm.
letting people's mind evolve, and not enough people self-reflect. And when they start reflecting on themselves, they're like, okay, just like me. Like I never reflected on myself, and now that I have, I'm like, okay, I was a piece of shit back then.
Yeah, right.
And like I just don't want to be that dude anymore. I mean, I'm still kind of like a piece of shit, but
Yeah.
like I'm not that big a piece of shit. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? I'm not just assaulting strangers and causing a disruptance everywhere I go in public just to do it and find it funny. Like I'm like, okay, maybe I won't, cause a public disturbance here. It's not worth it. It's not really even that funny. It'll be funny for 10 seconds and then I'm like, okay, well, whatever. It's not
Yeah.
worth it.
Right
So
on. How often would you say you see the potential in other like like when someone does something you don't like and you're like, I know you're better than that and you have so much more potential. Like how often would you say that happens?
well, I mean, I'm sure it would happen very often, but remember, I don't really talk to anyone, so it
Right.
that can't really happen with anyone. But when I did talk to more people, pretty often, because I feel not to sound full of myself, like I said, not to sound all full of myself, but I feel mentally maybe I'm a little further developed than other people my
Uh-huh.
age. I'm
Right.
only fucking 20. I just turned 20. So people um I feel okay, you just have a little more growing up to do. I've experienced different things than most people, so my mind has been forced to develop a little more than other people. And I just will understand, okay, well, when you get out into the real world, you experience more. I'm sure your mindset about yourself and the way you act will change. And then we will talk again
Uh-huh.
because I am confident enough that you will see what you're doing wrong and fix that. And it's happened. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I talked to someone today, or I talk to somebody on a casual basis that has changed. So, I mean, it happens. Some people just need to fix themselves because they can't see what the fuck is they're doing wrong. They literally cannot see it,
Yeah,
because
it's
they
hard
can't
when you're
reflect.
the one when it's for
Yeah,
when
in
it's
the thick of it. But you have to tell them.
yeah.
That's how you fix it. You make them aware. Like, yo, you're doing this, and this is annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Fix this shit, or we'll never talk
Yeah,
again.
that's super important. Cause I remember
You gotta let them be aware.
somebody told me they were like one thing I really don't like, and this was like years ago. They were like, "One thing I really don't like about you is that you're really judgy," and I was like, like I wouldn't have even considered myself a judgy person, but then I started thinking about it and I was like, damn, like I am pretty fucking judgy. And then like it took a little while, and then I was just like, damn, like I really gotta fucking fix that about myself, because I hate when other people are judgy too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we were talking like earlier in the conversation, like with the bodybuilder thing, like we might think they're narcissistic, but really in reality, and I've like really started to realize how important that is. And yeah, I mean, I think I'm a lot better now. I mean, we all judge, like
Yeah.
that's just human nature,
I
but
think it's wrong to judge and make no attempt to learn or change your own mind. Just
right,
judging and closing your mind is where I completely disagree with people. Like, dude, you don't always understand what's going on. So
yeah,
maybe you got to make some type of attempt to see it from their point of view, because, of course, y'all grew up different. Da da da. It's not gonna be the same. But I do feel like I judge, but I also keep in mind that I can only see it from my point of view. So I keep it up in the air. Like, okay, when I know more, I'm sure this opinion will change. But from what I see right now, this is what I think. You know what I mean? Because you have to trust your own intuition with certain things. Because that's how you don't make stupid decisions and go speaking and lending your time and energy to stupid fucking people. Because you already know they're fucking stupid. But sometimes they're not. You know what I mean?
uh-huh.
Very rarely, you can't see it all yet. And you
But
start
yeah,
to understand them. You're like, okay, this is a pretty developed human right here. So I probably shouldn't have like judged so quickly, but I don't know. I feel like just treading lightly with speaking to people. You make your judgment. You're like, okay, I will keep this in mind, and I will not treat them any differently, but I'll be aware. You know what I mean?
good point. Good point. Good point. I think that's a pretty solid topic to end on. No?
Yeah, no, that was a good one.
Is there anything else you want to say before I cut out the recording?
Um,
Okay. I wanted to do this. So if anybody listening has made it this far into the podcast and are actually actually listen to the whole entire thing, text me the letters like fucking, I don't know, NP, and I'll Venmo you like $5. I don't know. Because I'm genuinely curious to see who actually listened to the entire podcast.
Here's the thing: is if people aren't listening now, and the audience isn't really involved now,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure later on it will be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because don't let like numbers get you distraught,
Uh-huh.
And if mad people see this shit later on, they're gonna be
Oh,
like,
no.
yo, where's my fucking 5,000
I'm
people
just
like,
gonna
yo,
send
where's
it
my
to the
five?
first person I'm just the first person, because I'm just curious. And if nobody texts me, then fuck, that's $5 I have in my bank account. But shit, if somebody does text me with the fucking letters NP, and I'm like, damn, this person actually sat through the entire fucking
Yeah,
podcast and
that's a real one. Yo, keep that person around. If you do get
real,
their
right?
text, keep them
I don't
around,
know. I
bro.
just thought it'd be cool. I thought it'd be kind of funny. And they're gonna text me, because
Yeah,
who doesn't want fucking $5 for
yeah,
sending?
facts. That's a cool 5. That's like I don't know, something at McDonald's. I don't know, a few things.
But yeah, is
Okay.
there anything else you wanted to say before
No, I was very happy with the way this turned out. This is a good one.
do you like it more than the other one?
Oh hell yeah! My thought process in this one was because I was recording gameplay
Okay.
beforehand, so my mind is already in that state of speaking and being
Yeah.
a little more entertaining than it was before. When it like I kind of was just rushing. Like, oh shit! Okay, let me get my computer. I was a little more present in the head. So yeah.
All right, bet. So I'm gonna just say peace, and we might make another episode. We might not. I might die tomorrow. You
I
might.
might die tomorrow. I might die today.
Yeah, I was about to say. All
I
right.
might die right now. Shoots himself. Okay, I'll catch
All
you.
right. I'll see you.